Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a guided tour through what I can only describe as a sprawling digital library. It's built to solve a massive, incredibly persistent challenge in Central and East Africa, finding reliable, centralized exam materials. You know, if you're a student or if you just care about educational access, hunting down past papers and syllabus notes is literally a giant puzzle, and a really frustrating one at that. Well, CameroonCRevision.com is completely changing the game. We're going to see how it works, how it organizes its mountain of data, and how it's building a totally modern ecosystem for students. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our map of the library for today. We're breaking this massive site down into 5 main departments: core Cameroon GCE resources, expanding across borders, books and study materials, the digital ecosystem, and finally, news and syllabus updates. All right, first stop on our tour. Section 1, Core Cameroon GCE Resources, which is really about building the foundation. So right off the bat, the platform caters comprehensively to both the advanced level, or A level, and the ordinary level, the O level. And what's really amazing here is that neither side feels like an afterthought, you know? Both sections give you an exhaustive database of past papers, incredibly detailed notes, and the absolute latest curriculum info. So whether a student is just starting their O levels or sweating over university prep for their A levels, they've got immediate access to a highly targeted database that fits exactly where they are in their learning journey. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer diversity of the subjects they offer. Obviously, you've got your standard foundational subjects: accounting, biology, chemistry, math, the usual suspects. But look at the specialized subjects. We're talking special bilingual education, citizenship education, logic, human biology. They all have their own dedicated resources. It's absolutely crucial because it shows a real commitment to every single type of student. Nobody gets left behind just because they're taking a slightly more niche academic pathway. Moving right along to the next wing of the platform, Section 2, expanding across borders, looking at their international footprint. Because, this isn't just a local operation anymore. The idea spread like wildfire. This hub is actually providing specific past papers and notes for students across completely different countries and national exam boards. We've got the Zambia ECZ covering grades 7, 9, and 12. There's a section for Uganda's UNEB, specifically for their UCE and UACE exams. They even have materials for the Tanzania GCE. By serving these specific national boards, this platform is rapidly evolving into, honestly, a multinational educational empire. It's literally breaking down geographical barriers to academic success. Okay, let's transition over to the bookstore section of the site. Section 3, Books and Study Materials, or the Commerce Wing. So as much as digital access is a game changer, physical study guides are still absolutely vital for a lot of learners. To anchor this with a tangible detail, check out this standardized price: 7,500 CFA. That's the local currency, which is roughly $12 US. And that's the standard for their advanced level physical pamphlets. Whether a student needs philosophy, economics, computer science, or pure math, the price is totally transparent and standardized. Plus, the whole shebang can be bought directly on the site and delivered to literally wherever the student happens to be. And for the ordinary level resources, it's slightly cheaper. These pamphlets are priced at 6,500 CFA for subjects like French, computer science, chemistry, geography, and citizenship. This brilliantly showcases an accessible, tiered pricing model. They clearly get that younger students might have slightly different budgets, right? And they've built this physical commerce wing to actually reflect and support that reality. Now, let's step into the tech wing. Section 4, the digital ecosystem, moving beyond the web page. Let's move to and see how this builds into a highly cohesive journey managed by the parent company, ETS Qualo Telecom. Basically, a student's workflow starts by finding past questions and notes on the main site. Then, when they actually need to check their answers, they can grab the official GCE corrections. And this naturally leads them to take the entire experience on the go by downloading the Qualo app on Google Play or the Apple Store. It is a completely seamless transition from just browsing web pages to basically living inside this customized mobile educational ecosystem. But wait, it doesn't stop there. The ecosystem isn't just about passive reading or scrolling through old tests. They have a dedicated online quiz platform at gcequiz.com. This is absolutely huge because it shifts the entire learning process from just passive review to active testing and self-assessment. Students can instantly quiz themselves, figure out what they've actually retained, and make their study sessions, honestly, infinitely more effective. And finally, we arrive at the last department of our tour: Section 5, News and Syllabus Updates, Keeping Current. And this brilliantly illustrates just how dynamic this platform really is. Just looking at a few days in August 2026 proves the point. On August 14th alone, they published these highly specific Form 5 O-level chemistry notes, like deep dives into alkanes, alkenes, soaps, all that. But on that exact same day, they also released the official 2026-2027 English school calendar. And then boom, the very next day, the French school calendar drops. So it's not just a dusty archive of old exams, right? It's a real-time, actively managed hub that's feeding students both their daily academic content and those absolute must-know administrative updates. I think their core messaging really hits the nail on the head. Get all your past questions, notes, and even your grace corrections by downloading our application. What ETS Qualo Telecom has done here is take this massive, chaotic, decentralized web of syllabi and scattered papers, and they've centralized the whole thing into one highly convenient, beautifully accessible location. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. When you see how seamlessly a platform can integrate study notes, e-commerce, active quizzing, and mobile app support across multiple countries, how will comprehensive digital ecosystems like this redefine the very future of self-study and educational access in emerging markets? It's an incredibly exciting thought, and platforms exactly like this one are already showing us what that future looks like. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep exploring.